I had a really dumb idea for a video, and you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like and subscribe for more. Today we're talking about what your favorite avatar would be like on a date. I'm gonna go through every single avatar alphabetically, and I'm gonna give a general vibe I have about what that specific avatar would be like if you took him out on a date. I feel like Animist would just kind of be like thankful that you took him out on a date. I feel like they're gonna have all the little like knickknacks and just kind of show off a bunch of things. Definitely autistic. Very much so. Definitely have like little bits of knowledge for everything, but then when you really ask about something that's like really popular, really cool, they're just gonna be like, oh, I don't know. But like, you want to hear all of the Necron lore for Warhammer 40k? I feel like Archimago would be like really boring on a date. Hear me out. You guys always know that like that date that'll be like, hey, I have this really cool thing. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they just keep doing the thing. And you're like, you got anything else you're into? No, I really like doing this one thing. And it's like, cool. I like this thing. And then he'll go, well, I don't, so here's that thing again. I just feel like he'd be kind of boring. Avatar of Air, 100% speed dates. 100%. I mean, there's no way the Avatar of Air doesn't just like bounce around and want to talk to all the different people and do all the things. But then like whenever you actually like get with them and get on a true date with them, you know what? I'd say they're pretty cool. They're pretty chill. They have a bunch of different hobbies. They're probably, like long walks on the beach and all that. But like, probably doesn't just kind of settle down. 100% just probably ADHD in more ways than one. Avatar of Earth. Goth mommy. I'm just saying. Probably will step on your balls, but just did it just because, she felt like it. I don't think she's into like a lot of things, but what she's into, she's really into. And that's usually finding little like twink boys off the street and whipping them into shape, if you know what I mean. Wish it could be me. Avatar of Fire is definitely like that weird girl in high school that like you totally brushed off and you're like, oh, they're never gonna get with anybody, but then definitely had a glow up, but like is still weird. So then when you actually get on a date with them, their weirdness shows and you're like, oh, that's why I never went for you in high school. So now you're sitting here like, I mean, they're pretty, but also really weird. But then in reality, like, probably make a good wife. Avatar of Water, on the other hand, was the weird girl that didn't have a glow up. Like, 100% just kind of kept the weirdness and then just kept going. But not in, like, the charming way. They're like, no, I'm just weird. And you're like, okay, can we go out in public? No, do not take them out in public. Keep them locked away. They may look cute now, but then all of a sudden their weirdness is gonna pop up and oops, now you got people angry at you. Battle Mage is a jock, but like, the cool jock, the one that'll like hang out and like, smoke weed with you, do all that, and you're just like, you know what? You're a pretty cool guy. You wanna like grab some beers later? And then it'll just probably show you like the greatest time you've ever had, and you're like, you know what? This was a good choice. And then you kind of settle down with them, and then you realize like, oh, watching sports and drinking beer is like really your only thing. Definitely gives me Midwest vibes too. I don't know why. Blade Dancer is like that gal that like really likes swords and knives to the point where you're like, this is concerning. I don't think I should go out with you. And then when you do, it's like, why is our first date at a knife gallery? probably not the best idea. Honestly, probably should stay away from Blade Dancer. Corruptor steals kids. Just saying. Look at Corruptor and tell me that this mofo does not just downright steal kids off the streets. I don't think Death Speaker would actually go on a date. I don't know. I get this vibe that like Death Speaker would rather just kind of hang out and like, you know, is good friend, but the one that just kind of shows up sometimes. Like, if you tried to ask him out, they'd be like, no, I don't want to go on a date with you. What? You don't quite think, like, you know that they have a type and that they'll probably end up going on dates in the future. But, like, there's something about them that you're like, maybe? But they always deny you. You're like, I don't know. Dragon Lord is a pretentious prick. Like, let's be honest. Like, look at him. He's 100% only going to talk about himself. He's constantly just going to bring up all of his accomplishments, and then you're like, okay, what kind of stuff are you into? Well, this one time, you know, when I was down, you know, doing charity work over in Ghana or something, you're like, dude, like, work-life balance is definitely not there for Dragon Lord. Druid probably has, like, a bug collection. Like, if Druid were a real person, 100%. Have like a bug collection or go into like taxidermy or something. And you're like, Or, and this might be better, would be a horse girl. That's where they get you. Don't go out with horse girls. Don't. Please do not go out with horse girls. They are crazy. So it's either the crazy on taxidermy and you will feel uncomfortable being in their house, or horse girl. Or, you know, they're probably just into, like, some pagan stuff, and, like, they just have vines all over their room or something, and they're chill, but then they'll switch and be crazy. Duplicator would be the type of guy that, like, you go out with, and he'll be like, totally killing you tonight, and you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. And then just kills you. Like, the date was going well, but not anymore. Elementalist seems like a chill friend. Like, the one that'll sit there and, like, have beers with you and do all that. But, like, unlike with Death Speaker when they're like, no. They're just like, you know, I just feel like we shouldn't push it too far. In other words, Elementalist is, like, forcefully putting themselves in the friend zone. But also you. So, good luck actually probably getting them on a date. I feel like Enchantress would be the best partner because I feel like they would send those like risky texts, and then later when you're like, are you gonna act on them? They're like, yes, I'm doing it. It's like, oh, but like not the risky text of like, I'm gonna chain you up and then like start cutting you or something. Then it's like, whoa, no, these are full blown like, they're gonna say some like wow things, and they're gonna do it, and you're probably gonna have the greatest night of your life, but you should still probably be scared because it's probably gonna be every night. Yeah, Flamecaller is honestly just like a bro. I mean, probably doesn't even really like go on dates, probably claims that he goes out with all the women and stuff, but you're just like, no you're not, dude, no you're not. But like, really chill guy, probably really funny too, even though he doesn't look like he'd be like super funny, but like once you get in there, funniest dude at the party. Honestly, like probably the comedian of the group, but you know, you can always rely on him to have something really quippy to say. Geomancer's mom, definitely MILF energy, probably a mom. You can't quite confirm. They haven't told you if they have kids or not, but like then you'll probably get home and like they have like 2 kids. Now you got to deal with all that. Their kids are probably asking you like, "Oh, hey, you gonna be my new dad?" And you're like, "Oh, yikes! Sorry, buddies. I was just here for a good lay." But like honestly, won't be that bad. Probably get some sentimental stuff with it, but you're gonna have to deal with a lot of baggage. Harbinger just doesn't date, period. Just doesn't. I mean, he's over there. He's doing the thing over there. Probably the kid that back in like middle school, probably Naruto run in gym class, and then grew up and you're like, oh, he's probably gonna be an entrepreneur or something. He was, and then he got into crypto. Now he's the crypto guy, and yeah, we all know that guy. Imposter feels like they would dine and dash. Like, they'd make you pay for the meal, but because you have to, because you'd have a great time, you'd talk, do all this, and then they'd be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then leave. And then now you're stuck with the, like, $80 bill, and you know your meal only cost, like, $18. So, yeah, I just wouldn't do it. I don't get the vibes. Yeah, Interrogator will just murder you. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer, murder you. Don't. I feel like Ironclad would be a good wingman. Probably doesn't get much, like, by himself. But, like, you know, he's a good wingman. Probably hype you up a bit. And just being overall, like, great guy. Probably, honestly, pretty good at parties, too. But, like, kind of just lonely. It just kind of makes it his personality. Like, he's really great, but then he'll talk about, like, oh, but, you know, there was one girl I was really into, but then, you know, my friend got with him. And it's like, dude, you need to get laid. Okay, Magician is like Archimago, but, like, instead of just showing you one card trick, we'll show you, like, a bunch of card tricks. And then they'll be like, hey, let's go back to my place. And you go, okay. And then all of a sudden, they're showing you all the moves, and you're going, oh my god, I almost said no. And then they'll go, and watch as I disappear. And then suddenly you're stuck as a single mother. Because he left. Yeah. Really charming. Probably comes and goes, as you will. Necromancer probably brought their kid to the date. Like, I'm getting the vibe of, oh, is it cool if my son's here? And it's like, oh, cool. And then now you have to not only deal with Necromancer, but you also gotta deal with their kid. And, you know, unlike Geomancer, where you actually have to, like, go to their house and be like, ooh, nah, Necromancer 100% just like, oh yeah, by the way, I brought my kid. You didn't say that on your dating profile. Oh, I just thought you'd be cool with it. So then now you're stuck like this because you don't want to feel like the bad guy for just suddenly leaving them with their kid just at this restaurant. I feel like Pathfinder doesn't know what direction they want to swing. I feel like they're learning more about themselves, and I feel like on their date they'll at one point go, hey, this was really fun, but I don't feel like this is my thing. And then next thing you know, they're with all sorts of different people, and you're like, what's going on here? You can't quite get a read on them. You don't know if they're straight. You don't know if they're gay. You don't know if they're bi. Heck, they might be trans too. You don't quite know. They just kind of, they happened. And you know what? It would be a learning opportunity for your life to go, you know what? There are a lot of fish in the sea, and this is definitely a character in it. Persecutor is a Redditor, 100%, that is really into 40k. I just get the vibe. And they don't, like, they're not just like Space Marines. No, they specifically play Inquisition, and you're like, okay, but that's not a full army. And then they're like, well, yeah, that's why I play Imperial Guard, but they play all the Inquisition. You're like, Redditor definitely wears a fedora, and definitely not good. I don't want to say probably has bad opinions about women, but probably goes on 4chan. Realm Eater will take you to like a buffet like a Chinese buffet, eat a lot of food, and then it'll be like, yeah, it's nice talking to you. And you're like, all right, do you want to go on another date? Date? I didn't know we were on a date. And then you never talk to them again. Because you're like, we did things. We, like, hung out. Like, I took you out to eat. And they're like, I didn't know it was a date. And then you just kind of don't see them again. Those are the kind of vibes I'm getting. Savior seems like the motherfucker that will, like, non-stop talk about, like, oh, so you're gonna convert? Oh, so you're gonna convert? And it's like, you've never skipped a day of Sunday school in your life, did ya? And it shows. Is it just me, or does Seer seem like they're just homeless? Definitely gives the homeless vibes. Probably shouldn't even take him in either. Probably not one of those like, oh, a little bit of a glow up and you'll be all good. No. Definitely like the bad homeless. Probably does drugs. And not the fun kind. Seer is 100% a normie. Like, does not even the like, oh, let's sit and talk about football kind of normie. No. Straight normie. Sparkmage seems like a good partner, but like, you don't know how you got them. They just kind of showed up one day and you're like, you know what? You're pretty cool. And then you guys like unironically go on dates and like hang out, and then you'll suddenly turn to them and be like, are we partners? And they're like, I guess. And then all of a sudden you're just together. You probably don't even get married or anything. They probably don't even really care. They're just like, you know what? You're chill. You're chill. Spellslinger is like Sorcerer. But like, I feel like has a hint of autism. Just a hint. Just enough to where you're like, you know, you might be cool, but like, probably the bad type of autism where you're like, you just don't understand social interactions. Not the like, oh, you're really into a lot of cool things. And you're like, okay, sorry. Templar just has a lot of cool things. And only cares about those like cool things. Gets that vibe of like definitely has a lot of like katanas and stuff. But like, you're like, hey, do you want to like have a sword fight or something? And they're like, what? No, they're collectibles. They're like, oh, sorry for asking. They're like, no. Probably collects like Imperial Knights in Warhammer, but doesn't play the game. Waveshaper is probably the type of friend that will try to convince you to not continue drinking. Like, will even take you to a bar, but then after like 2 drinks is like, okay, dude, I think it's time to stop. You're like, dude, we're at a bar. Let's like hang out and like talk with people, do all this. And I'm like, no, I think we're good. I think I want to go home. Like, dude, you're just being a buzzkill right now. Like, dude, you're scaring the chicks away kind of deal. Like, he just seems like he's not really having a good time, like, ever. And of course, Witch, the bad bitch. I mean, this is the, like, very high maintenance, like, bisexual, like, alt girl, but, like, is still chill and will still, like, do stuff with you, you know? Probably has a lot of different hobbies. Some of them are very questionable, but, like, I can fix her. I feel like a lot of us would be like, I could fix her. But no, you can't. And that's what I believe every single avatar in Sorcery would be like on a date, or not even go on dates. If you like this type of video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I put basically 0 effort into any of my videos, but just do it for entertainment purposes. So please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below any sort of other video ideas you guys have. I got a few, but never enough. So yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.